Welcome or welcome back. This is Zangler, the Tesla Semi Advocate, and this is the long form video of my June 11th, 2026 drone flight at the Tesla High Volume Semi Factory, affectionately referred to by myself and others as Giga Semi. It is adjacent to the Gigafactory 1, the original Gigafactory in Nevada. And this is the northern. I just took off from the drone launch and recovery location, and this is the northern end of the building. We're flying over to the northwest, and one of the major observations that I want to share with you is I saw at least 20 Tesla semis with trailers, mostly, occasionally Bobcat, coming and going. And so it's just sort of a glimpse into the future. Right now, if you go up Electric Avenue off of USA Parkway, and you're going to and potentially turn left at the Milan Avenue that leads up to the semi factory and drives past the pilot production line, you're going to see a lot of Tesla semis coming and going, and it's a glimpse into the future. It won't be too long, and anywhere you go, you'll be seeing Tesla semis because they make sense, dollars and cents. Logistics operators don't care about diesel bros. They don't care about how sexy a Peterbilt looks. They care about the bottom line. And according to all data, independent, not just from Tesla, but from many logistics companies that have been using them, including Pepsi, they work. Okay, so now we're heading down the east end of the building. I should say the west end of the building, my bad. And on the outside, there's not a ton of new information to see since my last flight, which was quite a while ago. Maybe, honestly, probably 2 months ago. And this is a bin where they put scrap from the stamping press. And here's one of those Tesla semis. This is the old school Arcus. You can tell, one of the ways you can tell, even if you don't see the front, is how far back the window extends into the side wings of the semi. The new Atlas version, they don't go back as far. The biggest tell, of course, is the light bar. Let me know what you think. I'm kind of torn. I'm not 100% sure I like the look of the new Tesla Semi with the light bar more than the old one. They both are good looking trucks. Anyways, let me know what you think. I focused in on these. This is some new stuff, POS, piles of stuff. This isn't exact. This is a very well organized pile of stuff. I'm not sure what it is. I zoomed in, but if you have any idea, some kind of racking potentially. As you zoom in, you can see that there's aluminum channel, it looks like, box channel, and there's a lot of it. Here, but one of the other things I saw, and I would like to point out, is what we just saw is that Cybertruck go by. That one had a wrap, but almost all, if not all, of the Nevada Tesla security vehicles are now Cybertrucks. And you'll see a lot of Cybertrucks if you are in the area and in today's video. You can't really see much peering into that door, that BFD, big freaking door. But inside there are all the stamping presses. And speaking of stamping presses, we still see all that orange equipment piled up there is the gantry crane from Griffin. And the question is, are there more stamping presses to be delivered? And or has Griffin just taken their time in removing it? And again, you'll see in a moment what I mean. That stuff right there on the right, that's all Griffin gantry crane equipment. Okay, we're going to mosey down the side, and I'll come back and speak when it's appropriate. Oh, I know. There is one thing I want to point out is I did not. There are a few things I didn't pay close enough attention to, and I didn't devote any time to, and that is the big dog Tesla Semi that's been standing watch over this construction site since very early on, and you can see it in the. You can see it as we go by, but next time I fly, I'll pay more attention and give it some time. I also didn't fly over and see what's going on with the new traffic circle they're putting in. One of the big things I was curious about is after all this time, I expected maybe they'd be done with this entryway. I believe they're going to do some sort of artistic statement with this entryway. And they haven't begun yet. I'm not sure what they're waiting for there. It seems interesting to me. But be looking forward to see when they start. They're going to put some sort of artistic statement there, as they have in most of the other gigafactories. That is on the right. There is a POS, a pile of stuff. It looks like the unpacking the crates. Something new here is these orange traffic barriers, water-filled traffic barriers that you can see at concerts or at stadiums, used to control traffic. And I was curious what the signs say, so I zoomed in. And the left sign says slow down, handwritten, and the right sign says enter. So it's an attempt to keep a traffic flow going. Still a lot of that equipment right there on the left. I don't believe that's going to be there permanently. It would make no sense at all. So, oh, shoot. We just went by, and I meant to speak to it, a bunch of frames and space frames, inner frames for the Tesla Semi, made out of stamped steel. And if you want to back up and take a look at it, there were several of them parked over there on the right. We are now on the east side of the building, and here is the big proof of production. I can't say that it's can't say where we are in the ramp and whether or not these 6 Tesla Semis that are parked inside here in this storage area are complete and ready to go, and how long it took them to produce them. What really would have been awesome is to see one coming out of the BFD. If you don't know, that is the door on the east side next to these mega chargers or semi-chargers, that all the Tesla Semis will come out. 50,000 a year is the run rate they hope to get to by the end of this year. And that'll be challenging. What do you think? As we all know, you cannot predict where on the S-curve we might find ourselves, but we are definitely at the very beginning, working out bugs as seen by some of those partially assembled semis, some of them under tarps right there. And just to repeat, as we know, the production line can only proceed as slow as as fast or as slow as the unluckiest or slowest supplier and or process. And I don't think it would be surprising if they were still using partially supplier provided parts for parts that they intend to eventually produce. Several people have noticed on my little mini video that I posted already how crinkled and uneven these fairings are. Those are fiberglass fairings, and by the way, those little black things in the middle top of the fairing are new. Those were not on the Arcus. And I would like to know what they're for. I don't believe they need that for a camera, although it might be a good spot for a camera. Could be a GPS receiver. And there's one other thing that I think it could be that would go against all previous Tesla communication. And I will not utter the word just yet. But anyways, here we go. There are four of these are short range, or standard range is what they like to call them. And two of them are long range. The long range has like 500 mile capacity with towing full 82,000 pounds. And the short range has about 350. The short range has 2 battery packs. And I should be saying the standard range. And then the long range has 3 battery packs, so it's 1 less battery pack. And they have not produced very many of those over the years. Now we're going to fly up on the northern side of the building again. Lots of piles of stuff. Most of that stuff looks like it's, well, I won't say. Part of it, some of that stuff could be going in, and a lot of the stuff could be needing to be cleared out. Now, earlier we saw that Tesla Semi with a flatbed, and here it is being loaded with some of this packing material. And they're going to drop it. Oops. Oopsies. Oh, well. Anyway, they're using the Tesla Semi to do real work and haul off all of this packing material. A steady stream of equipment is being brought in. A lot of it, as we saw in my last video, is racking or material made for the assembly line. And here's another Tesla Semi I saw coming by, and we take a quick look at it. I sped it up a little bit because this video is already long enough. And this is just one example of many Tesla Semis. That's the old school, and I think it is a good looking truck. And then the light bar truck, I'm not sold on it, but obviously the light bar is ubiquitous now on Tesla vehicles. This Semi with trailer turned out, as I followed it, it went up to Gigafactory 1. So they're using the new entrance off of, you would go down USA Parkway, you'd turn left at Electric Avenue, and then turn left again at Milan Avenue and proceed up past the pilot production line to 1 Giga Semi. I mean, I wish, 1 Semi drive. And that truck went up to the old Gigafactory, which they're starting to use the new entrance to alleviate congestion at the main entrance. Here's a good look, and you notice that that one truck has aero wheels as opposed to the shiny aluminum wheels that are actually better looking. One more look at the 6 Tesla Semis, and a few of those partially assembled ones, one of them without a fairing, and a bunch of room for parking more semis. They're still interesting what the long-range solution is going to be. Now, the reason I took this, included this video, is that building is a brand new building that called the Milan, one of the 2 Milan twins, and Tesla has leased it, obviously, and they are using it as a logistics center, probably storing supplier parts and raw materials for the Tesla Semi. Thank you very much, and we'll be flying again soon.